Hello and welcome to the Foundry Roundtable, what used to be the podcast that was exclusively for the Foundry for Star Trek Online. I'm Drogyn1701, and what we're going to do today is basically do a big finale live stream for the Foundry, since it's set to be sunsetting in a couple of weeks' time. And we're going to be going for about 6 hours. It should be nice. We're going to run missions, which is probably like half of our favorite thing to do.
Write missions, play missions. It's fun.
Absolutely. So with me is the usual gang. Well, Maria, if you want to join us for a mission, I've got a short one. So how are you doing?
I'm doing well. It would be nice to have my new man with me, but whatever.
Aww. At least he's been in chat.
He's deserted me. Something about visas or whatever, you know.
Oh, well, I mean.
It was the hard. I'm going to be honest. That was like the toughest secret ever to keep. And he was very understanding. I was like, yeah, I'm not telling anyone because failures can be very public, and I wouldn't want that to happen to either of us. Which is like kind of a negative way to look at it, but you know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there were some of us who were at least sort of aware a little bit.
I wasn't.
You know, those of us who were at STLV when you guys, was that the first time you guys had ever met?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. No, we weren't going out before then.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
It's just I really like short people. He's probably not here, so that's a little bit more mean for me to say, but whatever.
Oh.
I mean,
I've said worse about him.
The fact is, we can't deny the two of us are fairly short. We're both below average height. But I mean, that's why I tried to tell somebody. It's like, you know, if you think about the Foundry going away, I wouldn't have met any of you. I sure as heck wouldn't have met him, because the main reason I wanted to meet him was because I wanted to steal his accent.
I do remember you being very fascinated with his accent there.
It's my favorite he doesn't have a very good one though. I told him I found someone on YouTube that does his accent better. I mean, he's also from the same area, and I'm like, look, I might have to leave you for this guy because his accent's better than yours, so you should work on it. His mom from Scotland has a more Yorkshire accent than he does a lot of the time. I'm like, what is this about? Anyway, and also, I mean, it's in large part P.F. Dennis's, Captain P.F. Dennis. I can blame him for helping Tim come to his senses and realize that I was indeed trying to flirt with him. I mean, Johnny Snowball. I shouldn't call him Tim. You guys know his name. I mean, you do know his name, but whatever. Nobody else does. The best thing was playing his Foundry mission where I was seducing that girl. Either right before or right it was maybe right before Vegas or right after Vegas, and I was and he didn't suggest it. He was like, "Oh God, no, this is awful." You know which one I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
I believe it's Shore Leave Under Siege, right?
Yeah, that's it. Shore Leave Under Siege.
Which I always list as my favorite mission.
I mean, yeah, it's special. I feel like it's not really meant to be played by straight women. We're not the target.
You know, right what you know.
Yeah.
Though clearly Johnny Snowball does not know anything about flirting.
No, he really doesn't. My experience is that most guys don't seem to. I'm not subtle. I don't know if you've met me. I'm like
the shock of pink hair. No, you're not subtle.
No. Like a ton of bricks. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's like I just knock them unconscious. Anyway, I'm really excited for you guys to finally get to play what I've been working on lately. I mean, I can't say anything more about it than that, but I am really excited. I don't know when, but one day.
Yeah, at some point.
I will just ask, do you think it'll be good?
Trademark.
Do I think it'll be good?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I hope so.
As I've said before,
Is this a
I've
trick
been,
question?
I've been curious about that for quite some time, so I'll definitely have to give it a shot as soon as it's ready.
As someone who avidly played Magic back in high school and shortly into college, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Anyway.
Yeah. The pretty interesting thing is that we have a bunch of people that play. They made me play. Like they made everybody play, which I think is important.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What did they say? So what did we say? Free to play action MMORPG based on the card game. So I can say it is not a card game. So you know.
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys will see when it comes out, because I think a lot of people are like, oh, but I thought that game existed. And it's like, yes, there is in fact an online card game, which is why we're not making that.
You're doing the fun thing,
Yeah.
which is bringing it to life. Come on.
What I have to wonder is whether it will allow you to use a land destruction style of play, but you know.
I don't know how well that would work in a
This map is just gone.
an action MMORPG.
Players can no longer access the following maps because of this player.
It would be more like wide area effect spells, like blow up a building or something like that. Kind
Oh
of thing.
god, in an MMO.
Destruction isn't really, you're kind of destroying land, but really what you're destroying is someone's mana pool.
Yeah,
Right.
It's an inhibition style.
So
I wonder if I can do like Steffi Doll Pariah and make myself invincible.
I mean,
I've got this small little stuffed animal. You cannot defeat me.
And then I play a red card that gives it +3/-3.
I have no idea what any of you guys are saying,
Yeah,
but I look forward to
is
learning.
this English that you're speaking?
What? Come on. Have you ever played Dovescape and Coat of Arms? It's the bird apocalypse.
it's magic. I mean, just play Magic the Gathering card game once or twice, and maybe it's for you. It's not for me. I don't like deck building games.
Honestly, I would not like Magic the Gathering if it didn't have deck building.
No, of course. I mean, it's just like not my favorite jam. But then I also don't like competitive games. So
Yeah.
like just.
Yeah, that's kind of why I bowed out, because like I noticed like I kept making sillier and sillier decks because that's what I wanted, was just getting more fun out of it. And if you're doing the standard Type 2 format, some people can be super serious.
You would like play. My coworkers don't. Most of them don't play that way. They do. They're very friendly in the way they play.
The silliest deck I ever put together was a blue-red Merfolk deck.
I had a friend who had a deck that was based around countering his own spells.
Yes.
There was a card that worked with that, although my favorite combo was the Dovescape Coat of Arms. So anytime you played a non-creature spell, it would be immediately countered, and you would play like equal to the mana cost of that spell, 1 wood bird counters. So if you tried to play something that cost 4, you'd get 4 birds. So it's like, okay, everyone's just doing magic tricks at each other. The thing is, I did Coat of Arms, which for each creature of that type, you get +1/+1. So every bird made every bird stronger according to the number of birds there were. So I got that combo out, and it just became the bird apocalypse of 2 players trying to play as many spells as they can to outbird the other, because if one gets through, it's a 40-40.
As Coat of Arms, there's a variant you can do with that, because there are certain white and green cards that give all of your creatures +1/+1.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of stuff like that. But yeah, that's the sort of, that's what I got out of Magic the most, was just doing those ridiculous decks. And the Unglued set was great for that. So anyway.
Hilariously thing, though, is that that's actually not a bad strategy. It's just a weird and funny strategy.
Oh, okay, so we're at DS9.
Yes.
All right, what are we playing?
Drogyn's mission.
Okay, it's my mission. It's called Somewhere in Time.
Okay.
And it's getting to it on DS9, correct?
Yes.
Update the title here real quick.
I don't need
I
to
like you,
begin
Drogyn.
second
You
wave.
don't put any weird characters or acronyms in your mission titles.
No umlauts, huh?
Just the Iconian War tag that we made when I made one for that.
I totally forgot where this starts. Airlock?
DS9.
Cargo Bay 12 on DS9.
So,
It's
there we go.
It's one of
should
those
be
round
it should be where I'm
gear-shaped
at.
doors.
Yeah, I found you.
Snowball just chimed in. I feel it's important for me to point out I am not short. I am just small.
Which results in you being short. Sir, we're being hailed by Starfleet Command. Greetings, Fleet Admiral. I'm Rear Admiral Klein, head of the Astrophysical Research at Starfleet. I need your ship to assist in a scientific study. Dr. Matthew Stafford of the Daystrom Institute has been researching dark matter for the past 40 years, and now he's come up with an experiment, but it needs to be done in the Cardassian sector. Now, I don't claim to fully understand this experiment of his, but Stafford is one of the top scientists in the entire Federation. As far as I can comprehend it, his experiment is designed to reveal how dark matter factors into galactic rotation.
Just a short version. Listen to this man. He is smarter than I am.
Sounds fascinating.
Indeed. It could reveal some of the fundamental rules of how the galaxy works. This isn't a classified mission, but with the recent troubles in the region, Starfleet Command has decided to detail a frontline starship to help Stafford carry out his experiment. Pick him up on Deep Space Nine and head to a point in space near the Balon system.
I went to the wrong side of the station. You said gear shape. It talked about one of the gear-shaped doors. I went to one of them, but the wrong one.
The other one. The whole scientific community is watching this one. Good luck, Fleet Admiral.
Okay. Where are you guys?
Go to the cargo bay.
Oh, of course, you're on the exact opposite side of where I've came in. Or I can just map transit with you guys.
Yep.
Somehow, I'm an idiot. Never mind. That's not surprising. I was like, somehow the stream is further ahead than the Skype call, but then I realized I switched screens. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm not. Everything's fine. I'm an idiot.
It's the weekend. You're not, required to understand at the speed you would normally.
This is the normal speed.
One of my first memories of Drogyn is actually his surprise when I broke it to him that there was actually a famous real person named Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, I know. It's a football quarterback or something, right?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
I'm ready for battle.
Let's go talk to him.
Yay, Cardassian space station to explode.
Here he is.
Fleet Admiral, good to meet you. I've heard a lot about you over the years. I'm not one of those scientists who sticks my head so far into my work that I don't notice the world around me. I've seen reports on your exploits on the news. Your transporter chief has beamed up all of my equipment. I believe we are ready to get underway. These are exciting times, Fleet Admiral. Join me in your Astrosmetrics lab when you get a chance, and I'm sure you'll be interested to hear about my experiments. Bring any officers you like.
I'm bringing party tardigrade.
Of course.
Party.
Party grade.
Yeah. And I've got the full Thanos set on this character, so we should be fine.
This is not a combat-heavy mission, so...
So I don't need the full combat armor?
Well, it looks pretty snappy.
Snappier than mine?
Yes, always.
Do you do you guys remember those shoes I had in Vegas that were amaze balls? They're like heelless, kind of like what's his name, the Kelpian.
Well,
Saru?
being
Yeah,
guys,
Saru.
we don't notice shoes.
Some people do. Some guys do, especially since they made me 6 inches taller.
It looks like we're some.
Those,
Did they a mean mule kick like Saru?
yeah, kind of. It just made me. That picture made me think of it because they were so badass.
Anyways, we're en route to the coordinates Dr. Stafford gave us. We should arrive shortly. In the meantime, I suggest we find the doctor and get some more details on this experiment.
Continue.
You hear
Did you
that?
hear that?
Hear what?
A voice. Sounded like Dr. Stafford.
Yeah, he's hiding behind me for some reason.
Well, almost there, Kalesa. Almost. We're so close.
Who's he talking to?
Kalesa, obviously.
Not long now. Then I'll be able to put things right.
He must be just around the corner. But he's by himself. Who is he talking to?
Dun dun dun.
Oh, Fleet Admiral. I was just going to do some more calculations in the science lab.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I'm fine, just fine. Excited for the experiment is all.
We thought we heard you talking to someone.
Oh, I was just talking to myself. Yes, unfortunate habit that is.
Kalisa?
I'm sure
You
I
mentioned-
didn't. No, I'm rather busy. Can't stay and talk. Lots to do before the experiment.
I was hoping you'd explain it to me.
I am sorry, but there is still much it needs to do to prepare. If you wish to know more, I have left the relevant details in the astrometrics lab. You may peruse the details yourself. Good day.
Good day, Doctor. You can tell when this mission was built by several factors. One, I didn't use carpet on the floor because there was no carpet at the time. And two, he doesn't disappear after you're done talking to him. Because
Ooh,
that was
that'll-
not available at the time.
That is really
Yeah,
dating
it's
it.
very old.
It's not bad. I have
No,
to say,
it's-
one of the things I immediately noticed is that you did a really nice job with those pipes stuck to the ceiling.
Yeah, I needed something to spruce up the ceiling.
Alien detail is good.
Alright, accessing the experiment's data.
Ooh, now that was a nice transition. It transitions from like a sun with a planet orbiting it to that weird cone-shaped data spew.
Shall we let Zero read dialogue?
Sure. Who do you want me to read? This Borgy Borg?
Borgy Borg.
Bark, bark, bark.
It looks like his experiment uses an omnidirectional Nadion pulse to essentially light up the dark matter, in theory without altering its characteristics. This actually really hurts Stu's voice. Most of the experiments done to make dark matter detectable have altered its makeup and behavior in some way. You can only get so much from that. The doctor's experiment should allow scientists to study dark matter in as close to its natural state as we can get.
Fascinating.
Yes, sir. It's no ordinary Nadion pulse either. The doctor is having the engineering department install a lot of modifications on the main deflector.
What sort of modifications?
I couldn't even begin to tell you, sir.
I should point out, he's my science officer, so that's saying something.
Yeah, really.
It's over his head. That's all he's in.
Well, it sounds pretty short. Borg by Jim Henson. Sorry.
Starfleet ordered us to give him anything he needs, so who are we to argue with one of the top minds in the Federation?
Does he seem a little off to you?
I mean, yeah, I would say I picked a good one.
Yes, sir, not at all as friendly as he was when we met him on Deep Space Nine. Nervous. He seemed very nervous, like we'd caught him at something.
I want to know more about him.
Oh, yeah, you do.
We can look up his personal file over there on the library computer, sir.
Walking over to the library computer.
I made this map to kind of resemble the Voyager astrometrics, but of course in true Stowe style, it has to be as big as like a cathedral.
Yes, yes.
That's
It's like 4 times as big or something.
Okay.
Here we are, born on Earth in 2350.
I think that's how Borg say dates.
Attended Starfleet Academy in the command program.
Served on the USS Bozeman and the USS Crazy Horse as an ensign. Promoted to lieutenant in 2374 and assigned as helm officer on the USS Kansas.
I will not blame
That's
if you
right.
switch voices.
Maybe I could make him sound like my science officer.
Well, anything
Go for
that don't kill yourself.
When you're running this mission and not in a team, these are different officers talking back to each other.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. I've only got the one with me.
Yeah.
Let's just bring on the tons of personalities to zero here.
Go for it.
There aren't any nations in this mission, are there?
That's right about when the Dominion War broke out, wasn't it? Continue.
Yes, the Kansas was attached to the 2nd Fleet. They were right in the thick of it.
Oh, says here he married Kalesa. Dun dun dun.
A Cindy about 2 months ago into the war. She was a lieutenant on the Kansas. She was killed in the line of duty on stardate 51259.1 when the Federation fleet retook Deep Space Nine.
Operation Return.
Now, I don't know. Yes, sir, one of the major turning points in the war.
I imagine he took her death hard.
Looks like he resigned as soon as the armistice had been signed. A few years later, he applied to the Daystrom Institute and was accepted into the astrophysics program. Since then, he's been doing mainly theory work. Looks like this is one of the first times he's actually gone into the field. Oh my god, it's just me! The pressure is real! Okay.
I only have one bridge officer with me.
With multiple personality syndrome, apparently.
We should... keep it together, Maria!
We should note, sir, that the battle where his wife was killed took place right around the coordinates we're heading to.
I made 2 of them become 1.
I just thought of something. You built this before we had the option to label the dialogue boxes with the
Yes.
character.
Also true.
Who needs that?
Oh, question mark.
Oh, indeed, question mark. Yes, sir. The Federation fleet was intercepted by a combined Dominion/Cardassian fleet in deep space while en route from Starbase 375 to Deep Space Nine. The coordinates are precisely the same as those provided to us by Dr. Stafford.
Coincidence?
I
think
think
not.
not.
I don't know why there'd be any connection, but I'll look into it. This is what the Borg should sound like. Ooh, Andorian Tactical Officer? Hold on. What does he sound like? Angry. No. So why was he saying his wife's name when she's been dead for 40 years?
Some wounds never heal.
Maybe coming to this area of space brought it all back. Not it.
Bridge to fleet, Admiral.
Go ahead.
We're nearing the coordinates of the professor's experiment.
We're coming to the bridge.
To the bridge!
To the bridge.
Oh,
Bridge,
not this way.
Bridge.
Oh, I remember now. I had this elaborate thing because I could not despawn the doctor out in the hallway, where I actually dropped the floor out from under him and replaced the floor, which apparently no longer works. Time to go to the bridge.
Bridge.
By transporter, apparently.
We have very efficient turbo lifts.
One of several things Cryptic can do in missions that we've never had in Foundry is the ability to change whether you beam out when leaving the ground map.
That would have just made Johnny Snowball's job easier.
We can't have that, can we?
No, he's got to build 5 maps in one. Come on.
All right, Fleet Admiral. I've observed the deflector control. We're just about ready. I need you to take some readings for me. I'll feed you the coordinates to your helm. I've also set out some probes to each location. If you have trouble, use your sensor scan.
He seems calmer.
Yes, sir, he does.
Let us get started.
Ah, see, this is that map that still has lighting.
Yep.
The backdrop.
Yeah.
And also, you didn't rename your invisible objects.
One star.
Oh, you guys remember that time I posted a GIF of Rogue Enterprise eating?
Oh, yeah. Remember that being a thing? Should be
Just
a
found
thing
it again on Twitter.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have the readings now. I've calculated the precise position to activate the Nadion pulse. I've given those coordinates to your helm. Proceed, Fleet Admiral.
Continue.
Activate. Form of Sovereign class.
Ah!
What just happened? Where did those ships come from?
Fleet Admiral, we seem to be on the edge of a large battle. I'm reading nearly 2,000 ships.
Oh boy. So something's
something's
very wrong here. I'm getting all...
I'm getting all kinds of navigation alerts. Like the stars. Ow! It's like the stars aren't where they're supposed to be.
What do you mean?
If this is right, these star patterns coincide with where they would have been 40 years ago.
Come back in time?
Sir, the
Sir, the
transporter...
transporter just activated.
What? Who beamed out?
Looks like someone rigged the system for a site-to-site transport off the ship. According to the computer, the only one missing is Dr. Stafford.
Well, we know where he went.
Where did he go?
Looks like he didn't encrypt his destination. He beamed onto one of the ships, the USS Kansas.
Well, apparently the Federation's won this battle, so...
Yeah!
You're not serious.
If we've gone back in time somehow, we're right in the middle of Operation Return. And Stafford just beamed to the ship where his younger self is, and where his wife is about to be killed.
He must be trying to save her.
We can't let him alter the timeline.
We have to find the USS Kansas.
Well, she's...
And all the ships are running away from me. Get back here!
Don't take any note of me. I'm just a weather balloon, just a bit of swamp gas and...
Don't mind me, we're not from the future.
I'm definitely not flying a class that won't be introduced for another 30 or 40 years.
Yep, I'm the same.
I'm flying something really old that should have been decommissioned a century ago.
I'm in a steam runner, I blend right in.
Somebody
hide
planned
behind you.
ahead.
Somebody who also wrote this mission.
A trap.
I found her, sir. The shields are down. We can beam an away team on board. I've rigged up a portable Dekion field. It'll keep us off their internal sensors.
Ready to transport?
Energize.
Okay, Lieutenant Tardigrade, act very casually.
And we'll bring a Borg. That's not conspicuous at all.
No, that's not better.
No. Okay, that's...
Do my
Haha!
Farktoid's here.
Hey,
Fark.
I
Mark,
found
Mark.
a picture of these freaking shoes. Damn it.
Starfire Theta's back too.
Those are some shoes. That's for sure.
I will see. Those are...
I would have noticed someone wearing those, yeah.
In Vegas, though.
I wore them to meet the devs.
I remember Meet the Devs being really loud, really noisy, and kind of dimly lit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
We
it's
have to
pretty
make
much-
as little impact as possible.
Or as much.
Don't bring me.
Yes, I'd rather not get a visit from temporal investigations when we get back.
How do we get back?
One thing
thing
at
at
a
a
time.
time.
Right. Find Stanford, make him undo whatever he did.
How do we
Because
find him?
It's all one person again.
Yeah, well, you've only got one bridge officer, so...
Okay, I got this one. Now, Rabin Malfile that Mal was exposed to Omicron radion about years ago in a lab accident. That sort of malexposure leaves a trace for a long time. Tricorder range will be limited, however, because of all damaged PS conduits.
Start me out. I mean scanning.
Yum, yum, yum.
And we've now
Don't worry, I
gotten the
won't do that
Maria's
whole
Cation
thing.
voice. That means we've peaked. We can only go down from here.
Oh no, there's better. Just give me a Klingon. I got you, fam. Nothing yet. We should keep meowing.
I have a Klingon on my crew.
Bring the Klingon.
If I get another opportunity. This is the captain. Shields are down. Dominion boarding parties are beaming all over the ship. Defend yourselves.
Alrighty then. This ship may or may not be in one piece when I'm done with it.
Never mind, mate. I'm just another weather balloon, just smaller. I've drifted in.
Don't mind me.
Jim Hunter. Nope. No weather balloon.
Sorry guys, I'm kind of in a hurry.
Sorry.
That's some good battle music right there.
I feel like it is. He was running.
Deploy
I'll just keep this up. We'll just keep going.
I need to remain inconspicuous. Deploy the tardigrade.
Oh, still nothing. We should keep meowing. I'll watch some more Mr. Rogers, and I will perfect that voice.
Yep. I judge Cat's up from her nap. Cat.
Weren't we talking about our two damaged Federation ship maps earlier?
Yeah, this is one of them.
This map actually has features that we cannot build into a map, because the fact that when you look at through the holes in the walls, you see bits of broken ship outside that we cannot place on a Foundry map.
This is
And
taking.
also sideways boxes.
QFT. This is taking too long.
I
I
agree.
agree.
My cat's breath smells like cat food. Meow'll never be able to search every deck before Meow has a chance to alter the timeline.
Suggestions.
Is this the same person? Or is
It
it
is for me.
coincidence?
It only is
Okay.
because we're in the team.
So what happened is
No, I know. I'm trying to ask the author.
No, these would be different bridge officers.
Would they?
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Okay.
can go. You can do your multiple personality now.
Yeah. We could use the internal senses. They will be able to cut through the interference.
Let's get this done and get out of here.
Yeah. Ooh, I love it. Hey, that's a different person.
yeah, it's my ship.
Oh, go for it. It's your ship.
Oh. There is a risk, but the crew is probably focused on the battle. We can use a console at the back of the bridge, in and out.
Let's get this done.
Over.
Roger.
This is under. Over. Thank you so much.
Over, under, done.
Oh, yes. Shoot our cruiser off the starboard aft.
Evasive pattern Riker Alpha, Mr. Stanford. What does young
Aye, sir.
Stanford sound like?
My
I'm doing old Stanford
younger
and trying to...
self.
That's the Doctor's younger self. You should get to the sensors.
Don't mind me, I'm just little tardigrade, just a little tardigrade. On your ship.
Is there a dog on that ship? Oh no.
It's tardigrade.
It just out of the corner of my eye, I was like,
It's Duncan.
Also,
There's
apparently I
always a
can't count.
tardigrade present.
hey, there's all of you together again. Jesus, this is confusing. It'd be easier to follow if I was also playing.
That's a
Yeah.
teaming bug.
Yeah. Just ignore the heavily armed person wearing a Mirror Universe uniform. Nothing to see here.
I'm picking up Omicron radiation on deck 8 in the mess hall.
Let's get out of here.
Hi, who are you?
Just a little tardigrade.
Captain, the Defiant has broken through. They're heading towards Deepest Nine.
Can we get them?
No, sir. They're still boxed in. The Klingons are hammering the Dominion. Wow, I really misspelled that one. hammering the Dominion fleet. Hammering the Dominion on its flanks. If we try and link up with them before we can get free.
We'd better make
Wow,
our
that was
exit,
really bad.
sir.
I didn't even notice until you said something. Quickly, let's get to deck 8.
Run away again.
I guess that voice is actually my security officer, not my science officer. My science officer. Oh, I do know. I do know who my science officer is. It's the best voice I have. That's not true. All my voices are amazing.
Yes, they are.
That's not true either. Well, actually, the voice that I do, maybe I'll do the one that Johnny hates the most. Should we do that one?
Yay!
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Hopefully he's still listening. It's fairly late there.
We'll make sure he goes back to the replay if absolutely necessary.
Well, he's still in the
This will be
chat, so...
preserved for all eternity. Don't go away, Johnny. Don't go away yet.
And you're gone again.
You know what? I would love it if a mission could actually plan on that working and use it. Like you're fading in each other about each other's consciences or something.
There you
go. Freedom of speech doesn't cover sex offenses? What the hell are people talking about?
What?
In the chat channel. Sorry.
Oh. I take no responsibility for the chat.
It's not sex.
Alright. Talk to Dr. Stanford. She's dead. I don't understand. She died exactly like last time. The plasma conduit blew through her across the room. She hit her head too hard, causing hemorrhaging to the brain. Xindi primates are prone to that. That's what the doctors told me the first time.
What happened, Doctor?
I did everything she said, but I was too late, rounded the corner just as it exploded. She died in my arms. That didn't happen the first time.
Everything who said?
Kaelsa. She told me that how to make the equipment, taught me how to make the calculations. It took 40 years, and still I failed.
How could she have told you?
I've been seeing her, somehow. Some part of her must have remained. She appeared to me.
How is that possible?
Perhaps I can answer that.
Dun dun
Da,
dun.
da, da. What?
Is anyone else seeing the body of the supposedly dead person bouncing up and down on the floor?
Nope, just you.
Not I, said the fly.
I mean, it's like a subtle thing where it's like kind of almost like a basketball dribbling only 1 inch.
It's a gravity thing. Yeah, that's it.
Xindi primates do that when they die. It's a form of very rapid muscle contraction.
Like
Oh,
rigor
right.
mortis.
Yeah, it's their version of
Oh
that.
god! Oh no!
You're in purgatory.
Well, you're bound to end up here eventually.
Okay, how did you do this? This is horrible and awesome at the same time.
I'm not sure I even remember. It has something to do with backdrops.
What in the
wait.
name of...
Combining heat waves effect with the fluidic space backdrop, maybe?
Something like that.
I don't know. What's
Where
the
are
name
we?
of-
I don't know, but I imagine she does. Alyssa, or whoever, whatever she is.
Let's talk to her.
Hey, you're together again. This makes a lot of sense that this is like intentional now.
I must apologize for commandeering your ship, Fleet Admiral. Let me first say I am not Calissa Stafford.
I suspected not.
You do not know my species, but we know you. We were like you once, but we shed our corporeal forms. We now exist as pure energy. And more importantly, we exist in a single point in space, at a single moment of what you perceive as time.
Go on.
I think I just spit on myself a little.
I existed here in this moment until your battle was fought. The sheer amount of energy released at that point in space-time ripped me from my existence.
See, it was us firing all those space powers.
Yeah.
You've been trying to get home.
Let me speed this up.
Yes, existing outside of our home moments is extremely taxing for my species. Eventually, I would have died. I would have died sooner, but I found Matthew. I sensed in him a latent intelligence that could be used to get me home. So I took the form of his dead wife. I instructed him in how to build a device that would allow me to travel back in time with him to this moment, so I could go home.
You tricked him.
I was desperate. I was dying. He helped me of his own free will. But yes, I did trick him into believing I was his wife. But she was dead, and is dead again. I could not prevent it. I believe it was always destined to be. I am sorry, Matthew.
There was never a way to save her. 40 years. Wasted.
Not wasted. You saved me. In all our years together, I came to care about you. I regretted the pain I knew I had to put you through. Can you forgive me? Not with that voice.
Look at the yes and no options for that dialogue.
Yeah. They lead to the same thing.
Don't do it, dude.
Baby, I don't know. I just don't know what to do now. For 40 years, I've been consumed by trying to get this to this moment, and now I find out the reason I came is not what I thought it was. My wife is dead. I am an old man. How do I live without purpose?
Matthew, you could stay with me. Oh, hello.
What? Here?
Yes, there is much I could show you. Time has no meaning to us here. We could be young together for as long as you wish. He reverted.
I think Drogyn was doing younger version.
I will stay. Maybe you can help me forget my pain.
It's Pike.
Look at me. I'm 40 years younger.
We're looking at you.
You look damn good, dude. Damn good. I feel good. I know she tricked me. I know I spent 40 years chasing something futile, but I feel incredible.
Great.
We've been together for 40 years. It's difficult to explain, but even though I know she's not my wife, it's like we're a part of each other. I trust her. I want to do this.
Good luck.
I promise no harm will come to him. Now that I have returned to where I belong, I can send you back to your time. Do you wish to go now?
Yes, quickly.
You're like, anywhere but with you.
But before the whiteness blinds me permanently.
Hey, Drogyn.
Mm-hmm.
You created male Jagoro. Well, she'll do. Last one died, but this one seems more durable.
It's actually nothing like the fate of Captain Pike in the Menagerie.
A little.
I don't remember the menagerie, but I liked the cage.
Menagerie is like the clip show version of the cage.
Except they make it 2 episodes, so clearly they do more with it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is a whole courtroom trial thing.
They stand around talking.
Beep.
And then in season 2 of Discovery has been expanding on it even more.
Beep.
Fleet Admiral, where did you come from? Where did the fleets go?
Oh, I'm still loading. There. Okay, there we go. How about?
When are we?
We should scan for stellar drift. Try and confirm what time we are in.
Stellar Drift sounds like, like a racing movie. Like Tokyo Drift,
But with spaceships.
Right.
Stellar Drift aligns with our current star charts. We're back in the 25th century. Let me check out the nearest Federation time beacon. We're back! Almost the exact moment we left.
So it's over.
We're being hailed by Starfleet.
On screen. Starship, this is Admiral Klein. Deep Space Nine reported you dropped off their sensors. What happened? Was there a problem with the experiments?
You could say that.
Dr. Stafford tricked us, sir. It sent us back in time 40 years.
Somebody?
He did what?
He was just save his wife.
I never even knew he had a wife.
She died in the Dominion War.
But it was actually an energy being that was trying to get home.
That's right. Stop. You better just put this all down in a report and forward it on to me. In the meantime, you may resume your duties.
Duties.
Plausible deniability.
Yeah. But if what you told me is true, I'd expect a visit from Temporal Investigations.
Nobody expects visit from Temporal Investigation.
Son of a...
It seems more like no one that likes visits from Temporal Investigations.
They make it really boring.
Well, yes, it is the boring part, yeah.
Building a mystery.
Da-da-da. And that's the mission.
Puts him in the comfy
Yay.
chair.
Da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Thank you.
Da-da-da. Da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Sorry. It's like Cartman and with that sail away. Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away, baby.
Well, I think that's probably going to be our last one for the night, since we've been going for 7 hours.
More than, right?
Yeah. But thanks everyone for joining us, especially you, Zero.
Oh no. Thank you for having me.
Always nice to have you.
Yes.
Said
And it's
no
good to
one.
finally share a live stream.
Said one
After
person, at least.
Chatting with you on this and on your live streams for who knows how many.
Oh yeah.
Many
years.
Definitely
Yeah.
going to miss this sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I still live stream. Mine is just not with the Foundry, and
Yep.
and
Find other stuff.
there's a lot more drinking and swearing on my live streams.
Well, I've noticed.
Oh god. Okay, guys, what we could do, bring your own book with our own Foundry Mission dialogue. Because we can get those as text files.
That's a brilliant idea.
Interesting.
I'm gonna leave you guys now, and you guys say goodbye to everyone on your own because I'm an interloper right now. Look at me interloping.
Okay.
Anyway, mwah mwah mwah. Moon, congrats on all your years.
Yep.
Nice.
Thank you.
Bye,
For
y'all.
a lot of it, you've helped contribute to.
Mhm.
For better and worse. Yay!
Aww.
Pretty much always for better.
I was gonna say I'd do it all again.
Oh yeah.
I just waved at you guys. You didn't see that, but there you go.
We're waving back. You didn't see that either.
I'm waving a cat back.
All right, well, that'll pretty much do it for us tonight. But like I said earlier, we probably will do one more live stream at least when Drogyn finishes Minus Part 3, so you had better dang well finish it.
Yeah, this is my last week. I gotta get it done.
Gotta get it done. But there we go. We'll say goodnight.
Good night.
Good
Good night.